Welcome to Sacred Tea. I'm Phil, and I'm here to share what I've learned, what I'm still learning, and what I'm leaving behind for my son or anyone else the universe decides to send this way. So, if you want to create your dream life, manifest with purpose, heal genuinely, or simply live a life that feels really good, you're in the right place. So, let's get into it. So, this week, I was thinking about embracing sustainable wellness. So, listening to your body and intuition to avoid burnout. And, I was talking to a friend on the phone and we were discussing how we just chuck up, how our body's feeling to just being old. Even though we're not old, but we're just like, we're old. I cleaned today, I was doing, laundry or whatever. And I just feel like I'm tired. I just want to go lay down. It's because I'm old. And the reality is, you're not really old. You're just not paying attention to your body. You're not paying attention to what it's telling you. So, for instance, we're looking at each other and, we're looking at our watch. And I told her, I said, hey, you need to get yourself a smartwatch. You got an Apple Watch and put it on and let it sit there and tell you just how much calories you're burning. Let it tell you about your sleep patterns. Wear it, and I know she was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that or whatnot. I don't like anything on my wrist like that. I don't really look at those kind of things or whatever. Just check it out. Just put it on. I'm telling you, it's going to make a big difference. And she started wearing it just like it made a big difference for me. I started wearing it. And it tells you like how much restful sleep you've been getting night after night and things like that. And I'll realize like, some mornings I wake up, I feel horrible. And then when I look at my watch, it's like, yeah, you had interrupted sleep, you had so many hours awake and so many hours that were in deep sleep, or well, not really hours, so many minutes in deep sleep and, so much REM sleep. And, they provide you with some sort of score and you could be like, oh, your score is like 54 out of 100. And so like, oh, no wonder I feel like crap today. Right. Or, maybe I've done a lot of working out, like I've been working out. I've been putting in the work and I've been doing so much. Right. And then the next day it's like your body didn't recover well. And so that gives you an insight of what you need to be doing to ensure that you are feeling better. You're putting in the right amount of stuff into your body. You're getting the right amount of sleep. Same thing with the food. I started counting, calories and logging my food. And I realized like when I eat and eat enough food and when the calories are really, I burnt a lot of calories, but I haven't really ate anything. I started to I get headaches. I start feeling in pain. I'm in pain. And you're like, I don't know why I'm in pain because you didn't eat anything. You burnt, I don't know, 1,500 calories and you've only ate 200 calories, 300 calories. You had, some keto bread and a yogurt or something, right? That's it all day. And it's now 4:00. And you're wondering why your head hurts and why you're in pain. You need to eat. You have a deficit of like over 1,000 calories. That's a whole meal. You need to eat something. Or, you realize like I'm not eating any good stuff. I decided that I'm going to eat whatever I want to eat. I'm tired of watching what I eat. And then you wonder why you feel so groggy. And so it's like, okay, how am I living my actual life in the same manner, right? Where we're talking about the food, we're talking about, making sure that I feel good and all this good stuff. But what about in our personal lives, personal relationships? What are we doing or whatnot that's not actually doing good for our bodies? We're not doing good for our spiritual soul. We're just doing foolishness. So what would be the equivalent of your spirit being burnt out? And I'm thinking it's probably something along the lines of you feel disconnected from your purpose, from your higher self, from God, and you don't feel the joy of your spiritual practices. And you're probably wondering, like, what are spiritual practices, right? And for me, it's like meditation, prayer, reflection. For some people, it could be community service, engaging with other folks who are like-minded that share a similar purpose. And maybe, like I said, prayer and reflection. So reaffirming your purpose, seeking guidance from your higher self, God, and then trying to integrate that wellness into your daily life. So journaling, nature walks, again, meditation, brief moments of stillness, and setting boundaries. Again, recognizing the importance of telling people no, preserving your energy. A lot of times you're dealing with people who have issues with crossing boundaries, and to preserve your energy, because that could be very draining on you as a person, you got to set those boundaries. And also learning, dealing with a podcast similar to this one or whatnot, where, we talk about different ways of getting spiritually grounded, and then, taking on whatever you hear and whatever resonates personally, hold on to it. So basically, finding a daily ritual, right, that you can do even if it's just for a few minutes, being very mindful about what you're consuming. So like what you're doom scrolling, making sure that it aligns with your spiritual values, and then possibly, participating in groups that will help you find some sort of connection, similar like-minded individuals. So therefore you guys can fellowship in a way together or do some sort of shared activity together. So if this resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs this moment of reflection too. And if you want to be part of the conversation, send in your voice note, and your story might be the next one we sip together on. Until then, stay grounded, stay open, stay sacred, and sip slow.